Danny leaves as soon as we start. It's a great start, ladies and gentlemen. But you're here, we're back home again at Silverstone, the home of British Motorsport, for what could be a pretty fascinating race. We've got 16 now, drivers on the grid getting ready to have a fascinating race. I mean, Danny, again, before we even start, has some more bad luck. He might be the most unlucky driver I've ever seen. It's happened again, or he's just DC'd. Oh yeah, also Nathan's here. Sorry, I'm just sort of talking to a complete randomer.
Yeah, he's DC'd. I presume he'll get back in the session by the time qualifying ends.
I'd like to hope so.
I'd hope so as well. Alfie Jensen went out on no fuel when his qualifying lap, so that's why he was going very slow.
He's actually a genius.
Maybe that's it. He's just trying to.
Well, listen, he can't possibly get disqualified if he's going too slowly to invalidate. So, I think it's a good strategy from him there. Jan McMahon.
Good strategy.
You know what's great? I get Alfie for another Austria race tonight. I'm so looking forward to seeing if he gets disqualified. I know it sounds mean, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Is he in ILR2 then?
Yeah, he's in ILR2.
How's he wangled that?
I don't have it. Oh, well, how did I get ILR3 for so long? I don't know.
I mean, you see him in here just track extending everything, you know.
I know. Well, like, I'm surprised he managed to get a clean. I'm surprised he managed to get a clean TT in just to sign up with. But there you go.
So he must have joined this week because he raced in the A1 league last week. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I joined last week as well, ILR2. So I mean, I guess that's figured out. Anyway, we're here to talk about SLR, not ILR2. But we haven't really got any laps to show you yet, apart from Blunt, who's coming around the final corner now. He's just about gonna have enough ERS, I think. And he goes nowhere. He improves, but not by enough to actually go up the top four in their sort of exclusive club of quickness. Millix Jr. top of the standings so far, and he's starting a new lap now. We've got 3¼ minutes to go, and it looks like for once we're not going to get any rainfall, so it's not going to get ruined this time. Yay!
Yeah, but it's an interesting battle at the top. How they're quite close.
I think Millix is backed off. He's backed off.
It's nice to see majority of the grid within a second of each other. But I suppose Danny won't do a qualifying lap.
Well, it gives us hope, doesn't it, seeing the field this close, because we're all so used to seeing them just, oh, look at me. There's one guy up at the front who's going to dominate everything. Yeah. But he's not doing that today so far. He's only 11/100 or 11/1000 off, so maybe a bit too early to celebrate that. But anyway, watching Kalkers in the Alfa Romeo. He started his lap, his teammate just behind in the first section of fun.
Oh, Dario, what kind of line is that?
An Alfie Jensen McMahon line, I think you'll find. Didn't see all of it, but I saw the end of it, so all I needed to say for my expert analysis there.
He was taking track limits to the extreme. It's fair to say, but Kalkis seems to be more reserved.
Yeah, he seems to know where the track is.
And he's a little bit down, but if he had a bad last sector, then it could all change for the end of the session. There's only 10th between the top four at the moment, so yeah, that's nice to see. And we'll see who will get pole. Maybe Kalkers.
Up by 3/1000s for Kalkers only. He's not actually going to make anything from that, but unless, as you say, it's a good last sector. He doesn't need too much, does he? It's a blink of an eye he needs to go to P1, but look at his ERS. That's going to run out at the line. So that might cost him that little bit of straight line speed he needs, because that would cost him a couple of thousands.
I think it's alright.
He got it.
Pole. Provisional pole.
Very provisional, because he's still got service to his lap. Speaking of which, here he goes. Onto the start finish straight for the last time. Let's see if we can get onto pole in the Renault. Disappointing for him last week, wasn't it, in Austria? He never just sort of seemed to get into a rhythm. He never managed to do well enough to actually have a chance. He'd be open to sort of wash out this whole weekend, but by the looks of it, he's got some competition.
Yeah, disappointed. Obviously the championship closing a little bit due to Kalkis winning.
What's the gap?
He's actually won the most of anybody. The gap is 23 now.
My God.
But
it could happen.
interesting enough,
It could change.
Surface has won 2 races, and Calcus has won 3 races.
Well, as I say, consistency is key, and at the end of the day, Surface is being quite consistent. That's what's keeping him up there at the moment. But let's see if he can get a lap together here. Top 3, I mean, it's not like he's a million miles away, but for his own standards, it's probably not really where he wants to be. Decent commitment through Maggotts, Beckett and Chapel so far. Seems a lot better than Calcus. He's dipped a bit more into the grass, and he's up by 41 thousandths of a second. Surface. It's going to be another close one, ladies and gentlemen.
One position.
It's one position. It's one position that could be crucial. It'll be the front row for him if he can make it. But if he can find another half a tenth in the last sector, he will be on pole. But once again, he's going to be low on the ERS, just as Calcus was, and that'll be where we wanted to gain the time on that last run. But let's see if he has enough to get to the line. He will enough for pole? Yes, it is, by over a tenth and a half, or nearly a tenth and a half. Sorry, I mean you could tell how much Calcus just lost now in that last sector. Shumi's down in his middle sector.
Track extending the stow, it's cost him a little bit because he didn't risk it. Let's put it that way. Whereas, Surface used all the track, and I'm not going to stay on board with Dario because that's horrendous as he gets P2, and only 400s between them.
Hard to tell really who's on a good lap. Thomas is close, but he's going to improve. He doesn't improve. Donny, triple three, Don V. Yeah. Don't know how to say his name.
Goes P6, and Don goes P7.
Danny's out there on the mediums, and what he's probably realised about now, that's not really working for him. But for some reason, he wants to cross the line anyway, just to waste our time. Culervo, gonna go with that, is also out there wasting our time. Qualifying is over, and oh my God, there's a pile up a turn. Have you seen what's happened to Maggotts and have you seen what's happened to Maggotts and Beckett's? I'm still looking at the same thing. It's gone a bit wrong here, hasn't it? And there's another one.
Oh yeah, there's the skin. What's this? Imagine if they got penalties for this.
There's 2 more coming into here, look, and they're both gonna try and avoid. Well avoided, AI. Nicely done. Although saying that, you did manage to crash in the first place, so maybe I shouldn't be praising you that much. Oh dear, there's been another accident.
I mean, it's out of anybody's control, these accidents. I'm just watching them all.
It's quite...
Thomas...
It is quite hysterical, isn't it?
I mean, even AJ's ghost manages to track extend now.
Oh dear.
But, yeah, that is qualifying.
Okay. So look at those gaps then. 9/10 of a second between the top 13 on the grid. Really impressive that. As a few times that were a bit I guess people made mistakes. But still encouraging signs for this race. But it must be said the top 4 are a bit they're in a league of their own, let's be honest here. Service and Dario, Calcus and Millix Jr. all within 0.2 of a second. Then Blunt, Alfie, Doan, Culero, Shumi and Thomas. That's your top 10. Everyone's starting on the softs in the top 10. Nathan says it'll be soft to medium. I wasn't actually aware of that. I thought it'd be soft to hard. So yeah, we'll see how these guys go. And there's another airplane coming past. That's not my PlayStation, it's an airplane. You lie? The joys of living next to an airport. There's a nice IKEA as well. The fries are nice. Anyway, that plane's going now. Right then.
So no rain.
Sunny skies in Britain.
For once.
Let me just look out my window a second. Inaccurate. There's grey skies everywhere here, and I think it's about to tip it down.
And let's be fair, KP isn't here because it's flooded apparently.
Well, there you go. Weather is not on anyone's side. Apart from here,
I told him that
we're
was
all
not a good
happy.
excuse. But we'll have to...
My house is flooded, but you can still go upstairs and play your PlayStation. So get it.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
We should have a few more, but you know, 17 is not bad.
Danny says he'll give some love in the stream. Right. Okay.
Well, when he crashes.
Well.
He's not reading this week.
Cut to Danny barrel rolling into turn 1. Right. Helmet competition. Has anyone, evolved their helmet
design?
Some new
guys, I think we can have a look.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the new guys then.
Doan. I think he's
doesn't really suit the car, really, does it? Yeah, I mean, you could have tried at least a little. I mean, this piece of crap is not a very nice helmet.
I like colour of it. It's like a it's like a science coloured helmet.
It's quite nice.
Blue,
Got to say though,
white.
slightly disappointed by these.
What about Connor?
Matt Noah's
got a nice yellow and black one.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice Connor's because it blends so well in it's very nice, very tasty. It's got a bit of green on it as well. You see, that's quite nice actually. Anyway, Matt Noah's is still like the best one now because it's just a Red Bull, quite nicely. Jose still needs a bit of a freshen up in that helmet department. I mean, look at the thing; it's so strange, and that's probably I think it's one of the ones you have to spend actual money on as well, which makes it even worse.
I spent money on my helmet.
Well, so did I, but I mean, I made mine look nice. I mean, it's pink.
I mean, I wouldn't go with my helmet, but it's bold.
And then, actually, no, sorry. Forgot Danny's one existed. Sorry, forgot Danny's. Oh, he's left. That's some great love there, Danny, lad.
I think he will be sat watching the stream. So with
that, there you go. Gonna give us some love on the chat there.
Mind you, if you rejoin,
nice one, Danny.
You can race.
Well, he won't. Let's be honest here. He's never gonna join back in time. We're lining up on the grid. Surely he won't get back. And even if he does, I don't think I'll let him in his car because he's DC'd on the formation lap, which I think kills you.
Canada, didn't he? And then he came up podium.
Well, he did it halfway through Canada, didn't he? But that was a bit of a different circumstance. I think he's out of the race now, unfortunately. Out of his control, of course. But well, actually, it probably is in his control. Just get better internet, you know? Then again, you might be like me and I'm not able to buy my own internet. Anyway, we're all lined up on the grid. We've got 16 cars going to take this start. And when the lights go out, the British Grand Prix will be underway. I don't think he's going to get in his car, but we shall wait and see. We'll wait and see, okay? I don't want to be proven wrong here. 5 lights ahead of the drivers. And at the British Grand Prix, it is lights out, away we go. It looks like a pretty even start, and it's chaos already because Connor has not got off the line at all. Into turn 1, we've got 2 Alfa Romeo side by side for P2. It looks like Calker's keeping the position there. And it is Surface leading this race. There goes Millix Jr. on the inside. Yellows in sector 1, of course, for the incident. And there could be some more there as well. But it looks like we've got side by side for the podium and a bit of contact as well. Millix and Dario going side by side on to the straight. And look at this, you got
AJ exploiting the track limits.
I mean, it doesn't really. It doesn't. It goes without saying, really. I mean, it looks like Blunt, by the way, is trying to get running outside of Dario. And let me have a look and see what happened with Connor.
Contact with Thomas there, further back with Doan. Tried shoving it down the inside and there was no room there to be found. I think Connor's is alive. I don't know.
And baffled as a high Danny.
Caught out by the lights or something. But we have 14 guys going through normally without any incident.
Have you even seen how badly Danny's driving? Oh! He's exploring the track limits more than Alfie is. But he's still making overtakes.
Forward. Thomas is going backwards. I think he made a mistake in Chapel. But here we are into Stowe.
So I think Matt Noah is the only one on this lap who's got damage, and it's completely out of his control because he was the guy directly behind Connor. I think who just Connor didn't get off the line, and didn't ghost, of course, because that would be too easy, wouldn't it? And Codemasters don't like making these things easy. But at the end of lap 1, it is Surface leading by not by much, only 4.5 tenths of a second, not even half a second yet. And CYP, I think, has maybe got lost. He's got lost. He's in Narnia. He's come back though, but race is compromised quite a lot there. Here's Matt Noah going to the end.
When the DRS opens, that will become a little bit of a slipstream train. That will be. Yeah, CYP dropped a long way back. But here goes Danny on Duino, and that is stupid to say this, and now he's sat in the middle of the track.
Good avoiding for everyone there, because he was sat on the racing line.
He went down the inside and just tapped his side pod, and that was that. Just went too deep.
God's sake, Danny. Why did you have to say that you give us some love on the stream? Now all you're doing is loving other cars, and that's very disrespectful. Now, it looks like Calcus has fallen off the back of Surface completely. So that optimism lasted long, didn't it?
The depends if we can get back in that DRS range, because obviously on this track the ERS saving will be massive because it goes very quickly, I've heard. So expect them to be running zero quite a lot to these opening laps.
So it is a fastest lap for surface, but actually in that last sector Caliper's caught up quite a bit, but I'm going to stay on board with Millix Jr. because I think he's got a better chance of an overtake. In fact, Dario, well, we know Dario will try something actually, so maybe we should stay with him.
He is master of the optimistic.
Yeah, well, he's master of the optimistically stupid, and there's a car off the track, I think. CIP's got, is that the second lap in a row he's got lost at turn 1? He's taking a different route this time. He's managed to find the inside of the track this time. Oh, he's going to spin again nearly. Oh, he keeps it just about. But he's a bit twitchy on that rear end.
The DRS is open now, and what Surface wants to do is get outside that DRS, so then he could get away a little bit while these lot fight, but he's kind of just tagged along the DRS train at the moment.
I won't lie, oh. Federal safety car.
That is a VSC.
I was going to say.
Slow down now, like, oh, there's something wrong here.
It's going, oh no. I was just saying about how good Xbox servers, or how bad Xbox servers were, and then this happened, but luckily it's only a virtual safety car. Yeah, CIP out of the race, I mean, he's been struggling the whole time, but you know, it's bad. After watching the Russian Grand Prix today, it just feels like saying, so look at those gaps, I'm thinking 0.5 of a second in-game isn't actually that bad, but in like, now after watching that Russian Grand Prix, I'm thinking no 0.5. Nah, that's not happening, is it? It was a good race, I thought, because of strategy and general Ferrari stupidness. But yeah, no one else did. No one else enjoyed the Russian Grand Prix.
Is caught up to the back of this train as well.
He might.
Got a shocking exit. What
some people do is that they save a lot of time on their VSC. And then what they do with that is that when it says it's ending, they just floor it, and it can actually work out in their favour. It's a bit of an exploit in the game that some people use effectively. It depends where you are on the track, I guess, as well. But it's very selective, I guess. And he must have made it work.
Well, Thomas has made a different line through turn 1, probably taking a bit of advice from CYP, watching his teammate do it. Maybe it's a Haas thing.
Well, it just killed CYP though, so maybe he shouldn't do that. But Millix Jr. close, but not really that close, I guess, in the context of you literally have to be inside the bloody person to pass him, even with DRS. But they are actually hanging on to surface, so maybe Calvin's made a mistake at the end of that one or something, because he certainly seems to have the pace. Danny's been in the pits twice today.
Oh, that's a mistake from Cal, because look at Millix, the way it's closing in the exit of Cops. He's got a lot closer, he's within 2/10. This is his opportunity to make a move throughout Chapel if he gets a nice enough exit.
Unfortunately, well, luckily for us, Doan and Alfie have joined the battle, but unfortunately, Mr. McMahon has managed to already get a penalty. So
that is a shock.
And Connor is also joining the Alfie Gents McMahon penalty club of only 2. I think it's only 2 people have a penalty. We've been being too harsh. Let me just quickly check actually who's got a penalty.
Danny's got a drive-through penalty.
Well, they don't count. Okay, Dario's also part of that club, but actually, let's be honest, I'm not really too surprised by that either. I don't know how to do it so early. Like, I'm not a good driver, but I don't get penalties this quickly. It's because I'm not going quick enough.
The limit.
Maybe you could argue I'm not doing that, but it's clearly not working for them, is it?
No, I've got to admit, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's a bit flawed, this system.
There's a flawed system, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But something we could talk about, I mean, the pit stop lap will probably about lap, probably 8 to 10, possibly, and so the undercut might be fairly powerful.
Undercut's a weird one here.
The tyre wear is.
Oh, that's a fight for P10, and Claro's just been off the track. So that hasn't worked out too well in the McLaren.
But Dario is starting to close in on these guys a little bit. He's within.
You see the video? It looks like Calcus has lost it a bit again. He's been on the grass as well. He looks to be slightly under pressure here. But look at how quickly they're catching up. Thousands of a second they're catching on that straight.
Made an absolute mistake and a half because AJ's going right around the outside of Stowe.
How far is he going to go off?
He's going to go off. He doesn't have a choice. Does he make a dive? No, he backs out of that one.
Oh dear. I do feel sorry for Alfie because it is
ruining
ruining
Surface
his...
has made a mistake, surely. I mean, look at the gap now.
I do feel sorry for Alfie and the others because like they're clearly trying, but they just keep going off, and we keep taking the piss, but they keep going off. It's ruining their races.
And Doan's caught up to these two as well. And I can't imagine Schumi being too far behind.
Has Calcus got an opportunity here? No. Is the short answer, and the long answer was there's been a crash. Skin up. I'm not even going to try and figure out where that is because we don't know, simply. But Clairvaux is going to go for the last point again, and on the inside he takes it. And then cuts right across. He cut quite across, and he's got front wing damage, like that won't help him much. But I think he has got the move done because there's going to be nowhere for Duino to go for it surely next, unless he wants to kill himself. Virtual safety car again.
That was for Skin Up, I think.
Well, he'd already retired. I think it's the second he left the session, actually, it was put out. Maybe of a delayed response.
It's a bit of a weird thing.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't stick around. It's getting... Well, it's helping these guys at ERS and fuel.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it doesn't really help us, does it? I don't get paid at all. I don't want to be here for much longer than I have to be.
Calcus all thought about it. Probably might have been a good time to think about the pit stop. Maybe the hard tyres.
Oh, Blunt.
Blunt did think about it.
He's done it again. See, he's trying to exploit that, but I think it's got a bit wrong this time. In fact, well, of course it went wrong. He's just got a drive-through penalty. He might as well turn the PlayStation off and go cry. Although at this rate of safety cars, he might end up with another one in a minute, so he may actually do well to stay. Have we got the old F1 2017 glitch rearing its ugly face again? Of safety car. The safety car glitch. Where like every 3 laps, something would come out.
You could exploit getting it out though by just driving slowly.
Yeah. No, oh, sorry, let me just take this turn.
When I was just last to like, get the safety car out. Not lost anymore.
Oh, let me just miss that corner there. Oh, I have to do a 3-point turn. Oh, what a shame. Oh, safety car. Rip. Right, look at Millix Jr. He seems the fastest driver out here today so far, but has to pass some people first before he can go for, well, pulling away. And Danny is lost, and then there's what he's done, and he's a lap down, and he might get a 10-second penalty for this because for some reason the game doesn't see what he's doing, and at most tracks this
he's made a move on AJ, and he just not track extend too much.
Oh, he spent all that time, Danny, trying to keep himself out of the way, and the second he comes back on, he spins. Oh, what a shame. And I caught it all on board. I'm so sorry, Danny. He was doing the right thing, but he just spun off. Sounds like a miserable day though from there. Blunt taking his drive-through penalty. I believe he has to take that before he does any tyre changing. Yeah. How slow that pit lane is. It's I think
it's so slow.
Joint slowest pit lane of the season.
Yeah, I think so. About 30 seconds. Probably.
I think it's joint with Singapore, isn't it, for just being so slow.
Yeah.
Painful one for the drivers to go through, especially when you have to do it for a penalty.
It was nice to have a battle for the lead this week. Well, between 3 guys.
Yeah, but even nice if they could actually get close to each other and try and overtake, because McMahon gets another penalty. Right, see, once again, Millix is so close. It's like he can't get it on the exits though. It's like he's got more downforce, but he hasn't really got the traction. It's weird. I don't really know. Obviously, Surface doesn't have DRS at all, which would help. Surface, well, in that fight, Surface didn't have DRS at all, which helped Calcus stay with him. I wonder now if Millix Jr. will make the overtake with no DRS for Calcus, because he does seem like the fastest guy out there today. Let's as well as this is all happening, see where Surface comes back out and what tire he goes on to. It should be the mediums, and as we look at the graphic, it is mediums.
Probably around Connor. Behind his teammate, possibly.
Well, while we wait to find that out, let's watch the top two, see if there's any changes in position. Yellow's in sector 2, we don't know who that's for. And Millix Jr. isn't really close enough for a move. Surface is still in the pit lane.
Noah. Having a bit of sandcastle building.
Oh, would he?
He's behind Blunt.
Yeah, behind Blunt, so... yeah.
He didn't really want that.
He didn't want that, I don't think. Tires will take a while to heat up as well, but Blunt might just pit anyway. It may not be as much of I think. Oh, Calcus is going to crash! Well, he's not going to crash, actually. He's managed to save it because he's locked his tyres up, but, well, there goes all his...
win to Millix fairly...
well,
I mean, we've got Surface still,
yeah, I remember him. Do you remember him in this picture? Yeah. The race leader, you know, or at least net race leader, still technically. But yeah, now Calker's well on pace. I think Millix has got this one, but anyway, yeah, that's a shame for Calker's there. He was just pushing a bit. He was just pushing a bit too hard there, Calker's, to try and defend the position because he knew he was in trouble into the DRS zone, and it's cost him. But luckily, he didn't hit anything, but he did lose about 15 seconds. And he'll be swiftly into the pit lane. So this is the moment of truth then. Let's see if Millix is able to get out into the lead again. Surface has currently got DRS and Blunt. It'd be quite useful to get by, but his contact, he spins off! And that is a huge drift that will pretty much hand Millix the lead.
There was room, but not a lot. Ooh.
Yeah, I think he knew he had to do that though, but this is a question now. Where will Millix still come out in between these two? There's Blunt and there's Surface. Let's see where everyone is.
Millix is ahead.
Yeah, Buddy, I can say, is behind Blunt.
The thing with Millix is, like, Blunt, they're probably in a chat together, so I'd like to think he'd get out of the way.
Well, why would they be in a chat together? Have they got some form of...
friends. I mean, look, this won't even be a contest, surely.
Oh my god. I think it is a contest, actually. I think he is trying to defend it. Interestingly, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but Millix is on the hard, so he doesn't seem to think he'll be able to get mediums to the end. That could be quite nice for Surface. Then again, a huge drift through Stowe probably hasn't done his tyre any good, has it? But Millix is ahead into P9, or into P8, sorry. Blunt back down to P9. With Surface starting to close up again. Looks like Dario's into the pit lane.
Would have led without that.
Oh my god, Alfie's going to lead a lap. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm not Irish, but go on, Alfie.
We're interested to see where Dario comes out.
Let me take this moment of pride for a moment as Alfie Jensen McMahon leads a lap. Okay, well that's over. Let's go watch the rest of the race now. So Dario, does he get held up by the Williams? Luckily he doesn't. Well, I must say it's right. It's been the game put an update in where you do more risky pit exits. I think in the old updates you would have got held up there, but luckily they fixed that. One of the few things they did fix. Millix is going past. Surface is also going past. As you can see, Blunt in the pits as well. Yeah. So this is the real question now. Which was the right tyre to be on? Mediums that have been through a drifting fest, or hards that are guaranteed to get to the end and maybe keep a little bit more consistent performance? Let's find out, shall we? We've got 16 laps to the end. You've got to say it is quite an ask, and the mediums might start to struggle a bit towards the end. And as I said, it's difficult to overtake here. Maybe Millix does have the advantage, but we'll wait and see. Oh, he's had a big moment.
No, he does not have the advantage.
He's hit him.
Oh, that was
Surface side. Do you know what? I'm gonna crash into you on the straight and see how you like that. And Millix might just about get away with that drift. Not nearly as big as Surface's drift, mind you, but it does put Surface right back on him. And all this drifting and making mistakes and crash into each other on straights might be helping Dario catch up on new tyres, or newer tyres. Sorry, I have my phone vibrating. I'm sure you can probably hear it. I'm sure it's ruined your eardrums. I shall move the phone now. And Alfie ends his lap of glory in the pit lane. It's a nice lap. Corner, penalty, nice job.
Right, Millix survives one lap. So, I don't know what the dirty air effects will do to his tyres in terms of skating around, but we'll have to wait and see. As AJ is
he's going to go for it into turn 3, I think, Surface. on the outside. He'll try and get the better exit. This is all to prepare for the straight coming up.
The loop.
Yeah, the loop is a very nice set of corners. Sets you up nicely for a move, but it's all about whether you can actually make it work into Brooklands. Let's see. Surface on the DRS. Millock's defending aggressively.
Oh.
But I think Surface has got the position.
Close.
But on the exit...
Has he? He has gone to Narnia.
Oh, contact twice, and into the grass, and into the gravel as well. And Surface has had a lot of bumps and bounds today. And that one would probably be the most controversial, as Millock Jr. falls 2 places. And will be absolutely red onto that lovely... Well, it's not really that lovely. The helmet of it. of that Mercedes.
Under the helmet.
Under the helmet. What a weird helmet design. Can I just say that? I haven't really... Look at it. It's so weird. Anyway, yeah, his race is a bit ruined now, and I think he's a bit frustrated.
Duino for the lead.
The McLaren of Jose, not really defending that one too aggressively. And I think Duino will be loving his time in the racing point. He's going to get his moment of glory now.
A good marker for where the mediums go, because this is like 12 they're on now, so...
Yeah. Ah, stop phone.
You can go fairly far.
Millock's is pitting. Was the front wing damage caused then in that incident? Ah, dear. I think Surface might be getting a bit of trouble for this. Calcus might not be having that bad of a day after all, this route. That is a front wing coming off, and you can see on the right-hand side.
It looked like Millock didn't leave him a lot of room to get back on in the first place.
Yeah, but...
So
I don't know.
That's my opinion.
Well...
Just throw that out there.
But
that's the spectator cam. It could be totally different from his point of view.
Well, I was looking from Millock's point of view. He didn't look very kind, let's say that much. I think Duino's been for a spin. He has. He's down into third, and that isn't a good sign for these mediums, is it? He's
but Dario's starting to close the gap on Millock Surface by.
I wonder if Surface got any front wing damage as well, because obviously he was in the same incident as Calcus, but there is no damage, no damage, no damage, no damage. He's all right. He'll live. Hated, but he'll live.
Dario come from nowhere and get this win. I mean, he literally was in the middle of nowhere.
Did you ever think you'd see this guy win a race, Dario? It does seem like one of the most unlikely people to win. I mean, he's quick, but he just seems to never, well, live.
I mean, his highest, he's finished his 6th.
He has a lot. He has got a lot of them.
Yeah,
he does have all the potential. He just needs to keep it clean. That's the issue. Lead changes hands again. Surface back in the lead as Jose pits, and that's only after 12 laps. And these mediums on the Surface will have to go a lot longer. Dario might be okay, but Surface, surely those tires will be falling to the cliff, and especially once again he had that huge drift in. Oh, Connor's out. He's died at where Ericsson went in practice a few years ago, and where Massa did as well. I never knew that corner for crashes, unfortunately. But anyway, sorry.
Exit Stowe.
Yes. But once again, well, also another thing I know that corner for is for, like I say, Surface's huge drift, which I don't know if you saw, but it was a massive drift, and that will have done a few percent of damage to his rear tires, and already doing a lot more laps than you would maybe expect on these tires. Coupled with that, he could be a sitting duck at the end of this race if Dario keeps his tires in good condition.
If you can catch him.
And of course there's penalties as well. Dario has got a penalty, at least a penalty. He may have more, he's got one. Surface is one more than away from a penalty now. So it could even itself out a little bit. Shumi, by the way, Shumi in all of this has managed to work his way up to a net third. Don't quite understand how he's managed that, but fair play. I guess he's kept his nose clean, he wasn't really in all that fighting, and he's gaining massively. Alfie up to a net P4, but then again he's got about 1,000,004 penalties, so... Maybe not P4, but yeah, just interesting to see the gains and losses made through all that, thanks to drive-throughs, spins, etc.
Interesting. I've got to deal with another problem.
And what would be that?
Jose's mic is broken. No.
Is that...
And that's a disaster.
Why is that a disaster?
Because he's commentated next.
Oh. Yeah, it's a disaster, isn't it? It's a minor error in...
Stone, didn't he? I've got to think.
just something interesting to note, by the way. I don't know if Duino's going to come out in the top 10, but it could be a fastest lap fight between himself and Jose. Just on the point if they get to top 10, they're currently both tracking to be 11th and 12th on the track. Or sorry, one and one they'll be in the points, 1 or 2. So just look out for those two, because it could be a fastest lap fight between them. Just in case you're interested. That fastest lap currently belongs to Millix, but once again he's 12th, but closing on Jose actually. So yeah. Right, come on, Dyer. Where's his pace? I think he's run out of ERS. That's what he's done. He's run out of ERS. Service has got a little bit more. So that'll help him out. And Shumi as well on the back of Duino. Will Duino pit? Yes. Yeah. So Shumi, you're on the podium, lad. Try not to, you know, crash now.
AJ is closing down. I don't know how many penalties he's got. Probably too many to know. Two.
Who?
Alfred.
2?
Well, only the 2.
Matt Noah's in Narnia. He's done what many have done before him. And he's crashed on the exit of Cops. And he's going to spin again, is he? Or no, he's alright. Well, he's not really alright, but he's alive. But he's out. Unless there's a safety car. Do you know what really irritates me here?
I think it's that long ago.
You know, I know the way Cody's love to say, oh, we spent so much time making these games. We spent 2 whole years making this game. And, oh, Jose's in Narnia as well. Jose's gone off the track. Sorry, I'm in the middle of complaining, but Jose... I'll get back to complaining in a minute. He's got lost at turn 2, isn't it? Farm, he's done it again. Let's say he's done it again. A lot of people have done that. It's a bit like Cops. I think they're the 2 sort of flash corners on the track. But anyway, back to complaining. Have you noticed that?
Top 10.
Shush. Have you have you noticed in Chapel they still have that bloody engineered insanity sign in there? And they tried to clean it. They spent. Look at it. Look at Chapel. Can you see the red grass and the F1 logo and all that? No, that's it. Yeah, that's engineered insanity. Do you know what that's for? That's last year's F1 promotional stuff. Codemasters claim they put 2 years work into this game, and you're telling me they haven't bothered to fix the frickin' tracks. This is clearly, I know it, well, it's not like it's very hard to tell, but it's so blatant the amount of copy pasting they did from last year. But to have so little effort to not take that huge sign away, like it's lazy. It's lazy on top of lazy on top of lazy. In my opinion. Well, it isn't. Well, it is. It's not even an opinion. It's true. It's lazy as hell.
Well, I think this track is fairly copy and pasted.
The whole thing, the whole game is copy and pasted. 2 years in this? Yeah, my ass. No way has it's been 2 years in development. Does that look like it's been 2 years in development? Maybe what they mean is that they'll release it, then they'll start developing it. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I had to complain about that because we've got a bit of downtime and I keep noticing it and it keeps irritating me. And there's nothing happening. Unfortunately, it looks like Surface is pulling away a bit now. I want to say unfortunately, it's good for Surface, it's just not good for anyone else.
Calcus is catching AJ a little bit, AJ's catching Shumi a little bit. It's kind of just in that stage at the moment. Thomas and Doan also closing a little bit, so it's probably all going to happen right at the end. But, yeah. We've got Duino and Millix, I suppose.
Well, so the only thing we have to really think about is those tyres on the top 2. Who's got the better tyres? Will one fall off at the end?
Well, surfaces are more likely to fall off than Dario's.
Yeah.
But as we find out in France, Surface is some sort of wizard on the tyres apparently. Just doing over its fastest lap, but it's not a point because he's not in the top 10.
Well, do you remember actually, to be fair, that we saw Surface's tyres, was it in France? And we were sitting there thinking, oh, there's no way he's going soft to medium. And he said, of course, it rained at the end. We didn't really know for certain, but he claimed, oh, no, I was doing that to the end. Don't worry, I had it all under control. The commentators didn't think I was very good at it, but I was doing it, I swear. So maybe he's got more pace than we realise. Anyways, Jose just retired from the race in sector 3.
But Alfie is definitely closing on Schumi now. It's now half a second.
This. Go on, Alfie. Can't wait to see if I'll go to P26 again now. Yellows. Is this the leaders? It's not. Is there anyone even in sector? There's no one even in sector 1. What are you... Game. What's happened?
There's Dario and... Oh, there is someone in sector 1. It's that... is it Jose's retired car?
Maybe he just retired it in the pit lane or something.
No, there's definitely something in sector 1 that was not quite right. I saw it. There. It's a pink panther. Is it Duino? Is it? Who is it?
Duino's driving around in the final sector. I think it's nothing.
I saw it. I saw it.
Oh, Alfie! Nearly into the back there of Schumi. Luckily he avoids a collision. Anyway, go back to being confused.
I definitely saw a car. I don't know who it was.
No, if it was pink, then it was Duino, because he's the only pink car in existence today.
I know. I'm confused.
I can tell.
Oh, Alfie.
Alfred. Here he comes,
Alfred
DRS. Okay, I'll say, yeah. Alfred, Sir Alfred Winklehawk. No one can break the Winklehawk. Apart from penalties, of course.
There's round the outside. I'm going to assume we got a penalty, right? Nope. Dario's got the 1. Surface doesn't have any yet.
Can I just say that Calcus is flying up to this? He'll be right on the scene in a minute. Podium is still in sight, and if Surface's tires fall off and maybe he gets a puncture or something, he would like to be in the position to take advantage of that. Well, saying that he's miles away, but I mean, miles away from the surface. I don't know if he's got any penalties. Actually, I haven't checked. Here comes
so
Alfie
up to the podium.
On the inside. Onto the podium goes Mr. McMahon. Unfortunately, he's going to lose it due to penalties, but I mean, that goes without saying. Fact is, though, he's showing a lot more pace than he has done in the last few races, hasn't he? So there is some improvement there. So it's a positive.
That's
and he's got
his practice this week.
He's got much less penalties this week as well. So maybe Mr. Penalties McMahon is going to get a bit better. But it's a good sign for him. He hasn't got disqualified yet, and he's on in a podium position. So I think he'll take that today.
I think so, but Calcus will probably get the podium back.
Well, yeah, he will.
He's catching.
He will, but you know, still. Right, surface watch. Any sign of degradation on those tyres yet?
Doesn't look like it.
Or with the lap times? Anything on the lap times? He's consistent as hell. All of his lap times for the last sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 laps have been about a tenth apart. All of them. It's incredible. It's ridiculous. How can he be that consistent? And Schumi gets a penalty now. I can't believe how consistent surfaces. No wonder. Maybe that's why he keeps his tires. He just runs to the time he's set himself, and he can keep doing that. It needs to work out for him. He'll be fine. I think game will wish they were that consistent. It's incredible. It's 32 1s and 2s. That's what you're getting. Yellows. That's for Duino. That is Duino this time. Feel free to look at him.
Yeah.
There you go. There you see him. Right, this is looking quite fun now. Calcus has joined the party, and he's going to get interested in this fight for the podium, which he might have already won by default. I don't think he's got any penalties, does he? But still, let's pretend it's a real fight for a minute. In fact, this entire order is going to get reversed, but you know what? I think Shumi's actually going to stay where he started here in this, wherever he ends up in the fight. But here he goes to the inside. And on Alfie's going to have the better line to be found on the outside, but how far is he going to go wide? Stays within track limits for once, and he's going to keep it on the inside, but eventually will back out. Meanwhile, behind, I saw the Williams of Dome was trying to defend from someone, and it was Passive Thomas.
Norwegian.
Yeah, Thomas. Just easier. Right, look at this. Alfie fancies getting that position back pretty much instantly. But Shumi will put up the defence to 2 cars now, which is a slight issue. Here we go. I'm going to watch this one from Calker's point of view because he's going to get a lovely, lovely view. Millicks in the top 10 and with the fastest lap point, and Alfie, his teammate, back into the podium positions for now.
But for how long for?
Well,
not very long.
He's not even there technically, but I mean, let's just... I cry every time. Look at the closing speed that Shumi's got. There wasn't a corner here, he'd be flying past it. I know it sounds pretty stupid to say that, but I mean... I'm sure there's someone who'd be brave enough to go from even to cost, but it just isn't really feasible at this stage of a race. And DRS is much more reliable. It seems to be getting more and more powerful, the DRS, as the race progresses, which is a positive sign. What?
Trying to think of commentators.
Well, we only got 4 to go, and well, these guys fight hard enough and not enough. I don't know if Doan's got any penalties, but if he doesn't, he'll be flying out this as well. Same with Thomas. Maybe not flying out to it, but on penalties, they might just snip through, get a couple of positions. Calcas needs to start getting a one now because he's been watching this for so long. He wants to get involved in it, and he's getting prepared to fly past Shumi with a DRS on this straight. It should be pretty simple, even with Shumi with having DRS. Could he get 2 for the price of 1? He's gonna try. Oh my god! I was just so far from working. It's not even funny. Calkers. Yellows for possibly a leader, and not though. I don't really know who that's for. But Calkers has managed to get by Shumi. Who was that yellow for? Oh, it's Dueno. He's actually preparing. He's preparing as like a night lap. He's literally doing a night lap. I can't believe this. Right. Shumi wants a bit of the action again. He's going to get past Calcus. Looking for Dueno because he might well catch up to him, these guys, depending on how much he decides to back off before his qualifying lap. That's pretty much what this is. He's doing on this, even though he's in 11th place. Something which I don't think he's realised yet.
1 minute off the next car.
Yeah. Looks like Thomas has got by Doan. Front wing damage on the Williams might be a factor. 3 to go. So yeah, a slight oversight by slight oversight there by Dueno, but oh well. Calcus is out of ERS. That's going to cost him, but well, yeah, it's going to cost him. There's no buts about it. He's screwed. Surely he's going to have Shumi right on him again, because there's going to be no straight line speed from the Alfa Romeo. Let's ride on board.
Millicks' pit again to do a fastest lap again.
Oh, and that's the thing. He's also seen that 1 minute gap and thought, maybe I should take some advantage from that. Yeah. It's not the best idea these guys have ever had, or at least not the best idea Dueno's ever had. But hey, if he gets fastest lap, maybe he'll just take that as a mini victory for himself. But he won't. Never know, Millicks could have won this one. It's quite sad seeing now down in 10th trying to go for the fastest lap. Yeah, to be brutally honest with you.
Oh, struggling.
Why?
I can't find a commentator.
You can't what?
I need a commentator. I need to think.
Look, battle.
I can see battle.
Yellows. Who's this for? What on earth is going on?
Shumi catching Calcas.
Yeah, what's the yellow flag for? Oh, Dueno's got lost again. Where is he facing now? That was his qualifying lap.
I know exactly where it is.
Okay, that's final corner, isn't it? Right. Oh, he was ghosted. That's why I couldn't see from the outside view. Oh dear. And a great qualifying lap there. 23.9 seconds off the pace. Something that Raikkonen would be quite proud of, I reckon. Oh dear. 2 to go. Even Ford's winner is probably 2 laps down now. He's on lap 24 actually. So okay, he's only 1 lap down. Only 1 lap down. Looks like Service has got no sign of slowing down anytime soon, so he's going to win this one unless he crashes and dies and has a horrible mistake. But I don't think he's going to do that. He doesn't seem like the type of guy that would. As you said before, he's got 2 race victories so far this season. Looks pretty sure to make it a 3rd, and still look at how consistent this guy is. How the hell doesn't he manage that? I don't know, but he's
They even went into the 29s, just dipped in it.
Yeah, he's just showing off a bit, isn't he? He had this one covered. He could have been on these tyres the whole race, quite frankly, from the end of lap 1. And he wouldn't have noticed the difference in lap time. There goes Shimmy. Once again, as I said, Calcus he's just got no ERS. There's nothing to defend with. And so Shimmy gets back ahead. But I think Pounds, once again, might just ruin that for everybody. So there's absolutely no point watching it. As we start the final lap with Surface. Let's go back to Doan and Thomas. No moves happening there, but I must say... Curvo, I think, maybe cashed up a bit quickly here, and there's a Red Bull here of Matt Noah as well, who fancies a look. He's actually saved up all of his ERS to try and unlap himself. That could end in some fights. He's
going for.
Look at him. He's got that closing speed. What's he gonna do? I think he can't. I don't think he's gonna go for it. I don't think he wants to get involved. Luckily. But Surface is out front. It looked like Millix had this one earlier, but then there was an accident, which he could still get in some trouble for, as Shimi and Calker still fight away. I'm sure Millix might fancy sending a little request to the stewards to have a look at the incident, to see if they can get Surface demoted a little bit, but yeah, not a great day for the Mercedes down in P10, going for fast as that. I expect that's probably any second now. He's clearly pushing the limits, and there we go. 28 dead. And Surface is heading into Stowe for the final time, and still consistent as ever. Who knows, he may even set a fastest lap at the end of this. You just never know how consistent this guy's going to be. Maybe he's saved it all for this lap, but here we go. The checkered flag is waving, and Surface, he hasn't won for a while, comes in the last corner to reassert his dominance. And when I say a while, it hasn't really been that long at all, but there he goes. P1 again, and all that hope of anyone catching him in the World Championship is gone and once again. Dario P2, strong performance, best result of the season, and he'll take that, I'm sure. And let's see how far Alfie falls. He sets his fast lap on the last lap, and then falls to 5th. Calker's 3rd, Shimi 4th. And here's Thomas. Doan gets ahead of him, and Blunt gets ahead of both of them. Culver 9th, and it'll be Millix coming home 10th. He's not going to set another fastest lap, is he? Do we know? Did he No. He wasn't even close to a fastest lap. So Millix is going to get 2 points, and I'm sure you can see how happy he is. He's celebrating that with some weaving. He's out of ERS. And you might get a trophy for that if you run an ERS on the line. It's very difficult to do, actually. Like, send it all the way to 0. Surprisingly. But he's coming to the line. Oh, take your time, why don't you? You know, I've got stuff to do.
No.
There he goes, crossing the line.
Yeah, it didn't last that long.
Didn't last that long, but lasted about 20 seconds longer than it should have done. But there we are. There's the race completed. Good race, I think. Had some
good race.
Had some fun bits. And Surface
could have been
wins.
better if everyone didn't crash, but
well, yeah, they did keep messing about, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid, but yeah, well. We actually had some comments in the stream now. I haven't been looking at. I normally look at the comments on the stream. I sort of forgot to do that today. I'm so sorry. Hope you forgive me. Hope you all forgive me. Who's even in here? Alfred Jensen McMahon's in there. He's got to work on those track extensions. Well, I'm hoping you don't get 8 penalties like in Austria in ILR. If you don't do that, I'll be proud of you. But here's our finishing order: Sergeant Dario, Calco Shimi, Alfie Blunt, Doan Thomas, Culvo, never going to know how to say his name, I'm so sorry. And Millix in 10th, and with the fastest lap point to boot. Matt Noah 11th, Duino 12th, and they are all your finishers. And Jose 13th, Connor 14th, Donny 15th, Skinner 16th, CYP are your retirements. Who got the most penalties today? I think Duino got the most penalties today. So well done, you won the Alfie Jensen McMahon Award. It's what I'm calling it now. But no, seriously, everyone, thank you for watching. That is the race over. As you might have been able to tell by the checkered flag being waved and the podium ceremonies, etc. But yeah, we'll be back with. Well, you'll be back. You may have to sit in now for a commentary, or are you racing?
No, I'm racing. So I bet how much practice I've done. I'm not going.
Yeah, it might just be better commentating. You never know.
No chance. I'll find out.
But anyway, yeah. Anyway, A1 is in half an hour. Well, 35 minutes to be exact. Actually, no, because people start saying, okay, I'm going to start rambling. Well, I'll see you next week, and you'll see here it is for A1 later on, and safe travels.